Hey Aussie Gamers, Lucas here from Aussie Gamers Express, and today I'm going to be playing PUBG. Right, so there's been a lot of talk about PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, or PUBG as it's known to a lot of people, and a lot of people are complaining about the way that it plays. So I'm going to get into a game right now, and I'm doing this commentary as I'm actually playing the game. So let's get into a solo game. And we'll have a look at it, and I'm going to tear it to bits, make some comments about what other people are saying about PUBG, about its performance. I'm playing right now on an Xbox One X, so I've got the best possible experience, I guess, that you can have right now on console with PUBG. There we go, getting straight into a match there. I find that it's quite easy to find a game when you're playing in solo. When you're playing in a full team, like a squad of 4, and you've only got 3 players, I find it takes a little bit longer to find a fourth, considering you can't launch a squad game of 4 players with just 3 people. You need a fourth to come join you. So there you go, straight in. It doesn't take very long at all. The first thing I want to mention is a lot of these analyze or analyst videos that have come out are really bagging the game for this section looking absolutely terrible and running like hot garbage, is a quote from some of the videos that I've seen. But what I want to say as well, this part is probably the most taxing part of the game. All 100 people are popping in pretty much the same vicinity, and the game's loading as well. So I don't like that a lot of people are complaining about this section. You can't really judge the game on this part because it's kind of a glorified loading screen. Essentially what they could have done is just given you a blank screen where everybody loads in, but they gave you something to do for a minute where you're waiting for everybody to join and the game to load up and all that sort of stuff. So I actually commend the game for this portion. I mean, it's all mute. It doesn't really matter what you do here. You can't kill anyone. You can shoot and find weapons and all that sort of stuff. But this section of the game is really should be exempt from any sort of critiquing, because it's just, look at, hey, there you go, there's the gun floating in the air. And also there's a lot of people talking about how rubbish the game looks and the frame rates are struggling at this portion as well. Once again, the game's loading the map now, so it isn't going to be the greatest. I mean, it could look better. It does look better on PC, but you know, look, there are going to be some sort of changes. Alright, I'm going to pick somewhere to land. I always like to go the furthest, hoping that more people drop out of the aeroplane before they get to the end of where the aeroplane is flying, which hopefully will give me a better chance of surviving the early stages of the game. So yeah, I'll hang on for as long as I can. You can watch the people flying out the back, which is really cool, and get a bit of an idea on how many people are ejecting. Alright, let's get out here. Well, I got booted there, because you can't obviously stay in too long. There's one person, he's flying in another direction. And I can't really see anyone. And I've got to commend the game as well. The draw distance is pretty good when you're coming out of here in seeing the other enemies, which is what's important here, is being able to see where the other enemies are flying. Now, I don't use any particular tactics landing in particular areas that might have more loot than others, because I haven't played PUBG enough to really get the layout of the land. Which I guess brings me to another point that I wanted to mention, is there are a lot of people complaining about how there's just one map. But this one map is very large and very diverse, and I've been playing for quite a few hours. I mean, I haven't put 100 hours into this game, but I've been playing it enough for me to get an idea on how it works. And the thing is, although it is one map, I've not seen it all. There's still areas that I've never been to, and never even thought of going to, and then sometimes the game will zero in on that area and force me to go there, which I think is a neat thing for the game to do. There we go, I've got some good guns. Decent anyway. What's that? That's an AK there. Whoa, there's people outside. Well, I've landed inside the circle too. I've also watched quite a fair few of these rage videos that go on when playing this game. I don't understand. I guess it's probably just rage rather than actual sense when people blow up and they whinge and call out campers when really this game's a survival game. Camping is a viable tactic. It's something that pretty much everybody will do at some point in the match. I mean, you can go out and go all guns blazing if you like, but if you want a chance at that chicken dinner, you need to take it slow to start off with. I probably should move on, but I'm a little bit scared because there were people outside. I can still hear gunshots. Whoa! Taking fire! I don't know where they are. Get inside the house. Now, I read a tip that says that someone's getting shot. Yeah, I read a tip that you should take your shoes off because it makes your walking around a little bit quieter. It makes no difference to your movement. If I can wait it out until the circle shrinks beyond us, that should get people moving away. But therein lies the genius behind this game. I mean, yeah, it's weird. I've always thought I feel stupid because I'm essentially doing nothing for like the majority of the game, but I'm hiding. I'm making that conscious decision that I'm going to hide, stay back, and try and survive. Whereas, you know, you can also make the decision to run out there, run and gun, and try and get some kills up your belt. If that's the way you like to play, if you're good at that and you're effective at that, go and do that. The choice is absolutely yours, how much or how little you actually play. And I can hear things smashing. What's going on? Is it like a smoke grenade? Oh, someone's throwing a smoke grenade in there. They can't get in there, can they? They know I'm in here. This is intense. I'm being hunted right now. That's a lot of smoke. Hopefully he can't get in from that second story. Because then he's going to come from my left and shoot me. But the thing is, your opponents, while they may be really good at the game, they don't know how good or bad I am. So I have a little bit of mystery to my survival. Little do they know, they could probably walk straight up to these stairs right now and kill me because I'm probably doing something horribly wrong that will give me no chance. I don't know, but they don't know either. And people are complaining about the graphics. They say it looks like something from a Nintendo 64. Look, I don't think so. I think, yeah, it's not as polished as a AAA game, but I think the graphics are actually quite nice. They're realistic compared to something like Fortnite, and there's a lot of detail to the game that I wasn't expecting. Like when you change the mode from single to auto, there's actually a movement. See the movement there on the gun, because actually I'll change the view. Oh, you can't really see it there. What if I change to this? Because I think he's actually flicking, can't get a view on it, flicking the switch with his trigger hand and changing from auto to single fire. So my plan is here to essentially camp out until I'm outside of the circle, which will inevitably move any of the enemies that are outside of this building away from me as they try to escape the outer ring. At the moment, they could happily just sit outside waiting me out. But once the ring shrinks, that'll be my chance, that'll be my opportunity. But the thing is, because I'm still in the ring, I don't have any urgency to move either. Of course, there is a bit of a downfall to this kind of gameplay, or the style of gameplay that I'm choosing right now, and that's I'm not looting anything. I'm not getting any meds. I'm not getting any armor. I'm not getting any weapons, backpacks. Nothing other than what I got when I first dropped. Now, there's something that PUBG on the Xbox One X does that I think might be a little bit overkill, but this runs at native 4K as far as I'm educated. And I think it would have been nice if they gave us the opportunity to drop it down to 1080 and give us a higher frame rate. That might be something that comes in the future. I hope it does. Because, look, I'm not really fussed about having 4K. If it's going to mean better performance of the game, I'll take 1080p, especially in PUBG. You know, there are some games that do take advantage from having those crystal clear resolutions, but I wouldn't mind in this game. There we go. Right, we are well outside of the ring. But we've got time. But I'm hoping that's a cue for everybody else to move off. That blue ring's not going to move for 2 minutes now. All right, let's take a walk downstairs. Well, somebody died down here. Whoop, that's not what I wanted to do. I want to take that. Okay, not a lot of stuff in that loot box there from whoever died there. Alright, well, I think it's time to make my run for it. That car's dead. And there should hopefully be nobody left around here. And I hear putting your gun away will make you run faster. There's a tip for you. So take your shoes off, which I haven't done, need to do. Take your shoes off so you can run a little bit or walk a little bit quieter. And hold triangle. This is on Xbox. Hold Y and put your gun away to run quicker. I think it's 6%, somebody told me. 6% quicker. One of the major draw cards for this game for me is I enjoy exploration, survival exploration, where I can't just go wherever I want because I may get killed. But it's intriguing to make my way to new and interesting places. And it's only one map. You will eventually see it all, but there is more coming. And for the majority of the game, I get a fairly stable 30 frames. Like, I mean, it may be dipping, but the differences between your 30 frames and your 25, 28, it's not really visible to me. And I'm a bit of an FPS junkie, I don't know, whatever word you want to use there. Whereas I am quite particular about, whoa, that scared the crap out of me. That there is the outer ring, so I'm going to start taking damage now until I can get inside that. Whoa, keep going. How far have I got to go? Not very far, so I'm going to be okay. But I'm probably going to be running into some populated areas here. Okay, we're in. All of that is outside of the ring, and it's going to shrink again in a minute and a half. Well, it's already shrunk. Let me just put a thing in here. But it's getting quite small. There's 26 people alive, and it's getting quite small, the map. I should bring out a gun. And I'm going to have to start being extra vigilant because the play space has gone from this massive certain kilometre by certain kilometre map. Oh, gunfire. And it's turned into a tiny arena. Now the gunfire is this way, so I want to keep that in my view. I don't see any enemies, but they're going to be nearby. Probably the best thing for me to do is to keep going to the middle so I don't get caught out. That is really close. They're not shooting at me, but that is really close to where I am. I'm going to start running actually because I don't have much time before time runs out. There he is. He's up there. Okay, someone's having a gun battle. Let's let them duke it out. The problem is, though, when it gets to the end, you've probably got the best players that were in the game to try and kill, which is going to be hard because they very likely know the layouts and have probably got all the best gear and are really good at the game. So through its flaws, its graphical issues, pop-ins, draw distances, that's really loud. So where it does have these issues, it's got a lot going for it, and I can see why people look through the issues that it has and keeps coming back over and over and over again to put countless amounts of hours into the bloody game, because it's got an X factor to it. And it's not the only Battle Royale game out there, so it's got to be doing something right. It's got a really good player base as well. I'm going to try and make a run for some cover. Oh, the map's just shrunk again. It's getting really small now. Oh, is that a loot crate drop? That's going to entice some people to it. And there's my first encounter and my death. And that there is probably why a lot of people will hang this game up and say, that's it, I've had enough, that's shit. I've played the game for, how long have we been going for? I've played the game for nearly half an hour. I find one person and I die. And I will admit, when I first started playing PUBG, this is exactly how I felt. I thought I've achieved absolutely nothing. The game's telling me I'm rank 19. I don't deserve that rank out of 100 because I essentially did nothing. First encounter with somebody and I died. But the thing is, that doesn't happen every single time. Sometimes I get a kill. Not very often. I've only got a few kills in PUBG. But it was the thrill of the game. It was getting to I got to one of the smallest rings that the game brings out before it finishes, and that's using my tactics. My tactics, although isn't action-based, is just as valid as somebody who goes out there, runs and guns, and gets 20 kills in the game or what have you. I quite enjoyed that. That was fun while it lasted, and it was half an hour of gameplay, and I'll definitely be coming back. I don't think PUBG is the best game in the world, but I think it's doing a real good job with its genre, and the amount of people playing it is testament to how impressive that it really is. Take for whatever you wish. Take the game for whatever you wish. If you think it's crap, don't play it. If you love it, I'll see you on the battlegrounds. Thanks for watching, everyone. I am Lucas from Aussie Gamers Express. Please leave us a like and a subscribe to this channel, and also, if you don't mind, please support Aussie Gamers News and Reviews, which is a new YouTube channel that we're bringing up in the world as well, and there's an explanation in some of the videos on there as to why and what is going on there. Thanks a lot, and until next time, I am Lucas, and I will see